Welcome back to Loose Change, y'all. So I can't help but wonder, do y'all really know the? Let me turn on my light real quick, y'all. Do y'all really know the meaning of these words when y'all using them? Do y'all like? Do y'all really know the meaning of narcissist, toxicity, gaslighting? Do y'all really? Because gaslighting is getting to be one of those things that's used every time a man says something to a woman in these conversations on Facebook. So, gaslighting is one of those things that's not really that hard to figure out. If you have anything that runs off gas, you understand the concept of lighting that object. Let's say if you have a gas stove or a gas heater or um, whatever the case may be, there is a gas source, and which is a combustible element, which means the only thing it's doing, the only purpose that it has is sitting there waiting to be lit. Okay? And then there's an ignition source. So I want y'all to understand what you are actually saying when you utilize the term gaslighting. What you're saying is, I am already overly emotional and waiting to be set ablaze. That's what you're saying about yourself. When you say that he's trying to gaslight me or he's trying to gaslight her, you already know who you are. And no matter what, if you disagree with it, you're going to explode. In essence, gaslighting, when you accuse someone of gaslighting you, you are basically telling them that their words don't fucking matter, their thoughts don't matter, and for them to shut the fuck up. Once again, I end up having to do another video just like the last one I did. That is precisely what you are telling him. To shut the fuck up. So what's the point in never even having the conversation? Because I keep saying in all of these videos, you are woman, he is man. If you're not coming to have the conversation and try to have an understanding rather than accusing someone of psychological, mental illness every time they say something that is different from you, then what's the point in even having the conversation? Do y'all realize what narcissism really is? Narcissist, the definition of narcissist is being overly invested in yourself. That is the definition of narcissism. Case in point, standing in the mirror for excessive amounts of time. That's a narcissist. Taking a bunch of pictures of yourself and posting them. That's a narcissist. Tooting your ass up for a picture and posting excessive amounts of those pictures. Looking for a validation of someone or anyone regularly. That's narcissism. Twerking for a camera and posting it on social media for everyone to see. That is narcissistic. IG models have a narcissistic mind. Models models, period, whether it's male or woman, have to have a narcissistic mind. The nerve of someone to really just think, I'm so pretty that people should want to look at me. I'm so handsome that people should want to look at me. But you have to have that mindset to even get into modeling. Okay? The funny thing is, mental health is one of those things that when it was referred to as one word, which I won't mention because a lot of people get offended by that, but when it was referred to, I do have a video about it on Loose Change, but when it was referred to as one word and all of those things were lumped into one thing, nobody wanted any parts of it. But now, all of a sudden, that they have these puffed out terms for all of these things, not only are you cool with that, but you're trying to convince us that we should be cool with it too and acknowledge that shit. Let me be clear when I say this. People who don't know the meaning of words shouldn't use it. Gaslighting automatically insinuates that you can't control your own emotions. That's what that means. And you're a combustible element, you're living in your anger. That's what gaslighting is. And you're a combustible element just waiting to explode. You have no other purpose, and that's how you come to a conversation. You come to a conversation either wanting someone to agree with you to keep you from exploding, or you just looking for someone to set you ablaze by disagreeing with you or having their own thought process. And since we are men and women, if that is your mindset, and we are men and women, we have two different views of things. If that is your mindset, then it is inevitable that anyone who says anything to you is a gaslighter if they don't agree with you. Now, how does that not go into your household? How can you be led if you can be gaslit? All of that bullshit, see, this is what I'm saying. All of the bullshit where you take two things and you say both of them, and they don't go together. You cannot be led if you are capable of being gaslit. All right? Toxicity. Stop you. If you don't know what this shit means, stop using it. If you're so stuck and caught up in being a victim, and being a victim has now become popular. You're so stuck and caught up in being a victim that now you don't even understand that there's two parts of toxicity. Toxicity is not only the person who's giving it, but it's also the person who keeps coming back to that same treatment, thinking that something is going to change, or accepting the fact that it's not going to change, and believing that that person is worth going through that mental anguish. In other words, at some point, you begin doing it to yourself. If you know what this person is, they've never proven themselves to be anything more than what they've shown you they're going to be. Now you become toxic to yourself. And at some point, that person is no longer responsible. And that's real shit. Understand that if you say someone is toxic, you're saying that you're weak to their powers. Understand that you're saying that if someone is gaslighting you, you're saying I am incapable of it. Understanding what you're saying without having an attitude. That's what you're saying. And that everybody around you should think and believe just like you. But even your sisters, your homegirls that you might come around won't think exactly like you. So are they gaslighting you? I noticed that you don't ever accuse a woman of gaslighting you if she disagrees with you. If y'all have two different point of views, she's not gaslighting you. She's just telling you her opinion. You're not weak and vulnerable. According to y'all believe y'all the strongest individuals. You swear to God that everybody is against you when nobody's really against you. You call us your enemies. We're not your enemies. We love you. We keep coming for you. We chase after you every single day. We keep coming for you. You notice the ones, the only thing about it is what you notice is the ones that you find attractive that go to the other side. That's what you notice. So that's what you want to talk about because that is the interesting topic. That's not our problem. That's not the guys who are here and there for you. That's not our problem. What you want us to do? Go tell them, hey, I love this girl. You should give her a chance, even though I want to be with her. That's what you want us to go do? You want us to go talk to these niggas into talking to you? Nope. Learn what these words mean because gaslighting is not even that hard to figure out. We talking about a stove, kerosene heater, anything. That shit is not hard to figure out. These are terms that have been created. All of these terms are created to do what? Separate us. Guess what they do? Separate us. You know why? Because you have no understanding for the other side. So what you gonna do? Separate. There's no talking to y'all. You take each other's side. Even if you look at that woman while she's talking and know she's wrong. But because she's a woman, she's right. And then the more and more you hear that shit, the more and more that thought process spreads, and the more and more you hear it, you take on those personality traits. And you fool yourself. You fool yourself because I can't tell you nothing to improve you. Even in just regular life. You will accuse someone who's trying to help you of trying to scam you without even having a conversation with them. But then you say, oh, I'm the most unprotected. You will say, we value the black characteristics on a woman that is not black more than we. But if I compliment you, you're the nastiest person in the fucking world. You tell us you don't do anything, you don't dress for us, you don't look a certain way for us, you don't do your body a certain way for us, you don't do these things that you do for us. But you want to say we value black characteristics on a white girl or an exotic girl or on a woman that's not African American. Check yourself. Show off.